There are moments in life when the distance ahead feels endless. We look at others moving so quickly, people who seem to already know where they're going, what they're doing, and who they are. And we wonder if we'll ever catch up. But a mountain isn't climbed by leaps, it's climbed by steps, one small, deliberate step at a time. Each step may look meaningless on its own, but together they form the path that leads us home. So today, let's walk quietly beside a young man who discovered something the world often forgets. True success doesn't arrive in a storm. It grows, silently, like dawn spreading across the hills. In a town alive with noise and color, where buses groaned down narrow lanes and children shouted across courtyards, lived a boy named Arun. He was 18, old enough to dream, yet young enough to doubt. He wasn't special in any way the world measures success. He wasn't the top student or the best athlete. He didn't have nice clothes or a confident smile. His family lived in a small apartment with peeling walls, a broken window, and an old wooden table that had served 3 generations. His father repaired furniture for a living, hands rough from years of sanding wood. His mother took in sewing to earn a few coins. His little sister went to school with ribbons tied neatly, even if her shoes were worn thin. Arun worked part-time in a shop after class. His pay barely covered groceries. Yet every night he stayed awake long after others slept, staring at the ceiling, lost in thoughts he could never share. Why does life feel like a race I can't win? Each morning began the same. The noise of the market below, the chatter of neighbors, the smell of breakfast drifting from other homes. Arun would scroll through his phone, seeing friends traveling, laughing, living bigger lives. At school, classmates spoke of trophies, scholarships, and dreams abroad. Arun spoke of survival. When the day ended, he counted coins in a small jar, careful, anxious, afraid of running short again. The thought that haunted him wasn't just poverty, it was invisibility, the sense that no one noticed how hard he tried. "Why am I always behind?" he whispered one evening. "Why does my best never seem enough?" Some days he felt like a shadow, walking through life, doing everything right, yet seen by no one. One sunset, the air thick with the scent of sawdust and light turning golden through the window, Arun sat beside his father. The old man was fixing a chair that had nearly fallen apart. Its legs were uneven, its paint chipped, its surface rough. His father didn't rush. He rubbed a small piece of sandpaper over the wood, again and again. The sound was steady, rhythmic, a quiet music of patience. Arun watched for a while, restless. "Why bother?" he said finally. "It'll take forever." His father smiled, eyes gentle but firm. "It takes time," he said. "One stroke may not seem like much, but 1,000 strokes change everything." Arun frowned. "But how do you know when it's worth it?" "You don't," his father replied, placing the sandpaper in his son's hand. "You just keep sanding. The wood will tell you when it's ready." The boy ran the sandpaper across the surface once. It felt useless. But as he looked closer, he saw a faint line of brightness, smoother than before. Something clicked inside him. That night he couldn't sleep. He kept thinking of that chair, how something dull could shine again, simply because someone refused to stop. The next morning, he woke before sunrise. His world looked the same, gray walls, the hum of early buses, but something inside him had shifted. He didn't plan to change everything. He just picked up a dusty book from his shelf and read 2 pages. 2. It felt small, almost laughable. But when he finished, he felt a quiet spark of control, the sense that he had moved, however slightly, forward. The next day, he read 2 more. And the next, and again. A week later, he realized something. He was starting to want to read. The words no longer felt heavy. The pages began to open something inside him, a door that had always been there but never used. He began adding small rules for himself. 10 push-ups in the morning, saving 1 coin every day, fixing 1 thing around the house. It didn't make him rich, it didn't make him famous, but it made him stronger.
People noticed, not in admiration, but in mockery. "What's the point of 2 pages a day?" his friends laughed. 10 push-ups won't make a difference. You'll never get anywhere doing that. Their voices hurt, but he remembered the sound of sandpaper, that slow, steady rhythm. He told himself, 1 stroke at a time. Months passed. His 2 pages became 5, then 10. His arms grew steadier. His coins began to fill a small box. He repaired a broken watch for a neighbor and earned his first extra money. Slowly, the fog around his life began to thin. Years moved like seasons, quietly, almost unnoticed. Arun no longer chased applause. He began to enjoy the work itself. He found beauty in repetition, in the way a brushstroke changed wood, or a word on a page changed thought. His mornings became rituals of quiet progress. By his mid-20s, his small habit had blossomed into something much larger. He had read dozens of books on craft, discipline, and life. He had built a tiny workshop repairing watches and furniture. He no longer compared himself to others, and yet when asked about success, he never spoke of money or growth. He would simply smile and say, "I just kept walking." One day, a local school invited him to speak to its students. He stood before rows of children, faces curious, hopeful, uncertain. His hands trembled slightly. He wasn't used to being the one others listened to. He told them about the days when he wanted to quit, about counting coins, about the chair. "Success," he said softly, "is not about giant leaps. It's about small steps. Every day you are given 24 hours. What you do with just one of them can change your life." The children listened in silence. Teachers nodded. And for the first time, Arun realized his story wasn't just his own. It was a mirror, showing others that their steps too mattered. By his mid-30s, his small workshop had grown into a business employing young apprentices. His library filled a wall of his home. His body carried quiet strength. His mind carried peace. People began to ask his secret. Reporters, students, even neighbors. He always said the same thing. "There is no secret. I just took small steps every day and refused to stop." Looking back, he realized something beautiful. 1 page a day makes you a reader. 1 coin a day makes you wealthy. 1 act of kindness a day makes you loved. 1 step a day takes you miles ahead. Success, he saw, was never hidden in luck or shortcuts. It was hidden in habits. Years later, when his father grew old, Arun returned to the small apartment. The wooden chair still stood in the corner, smooth, shining, quietly strong. He ran his fingers across it and smiled. This, he whispered, was where it all began. His father looked at him, eyes clouded with age, but bright with pride. "You sanded well," he said. Arun laughed softly. "I just kept sanding, Dad." They sat together in silence, 2 craftsmen of patience, one who began, one who continued. Outside, the evening light touched everything with gold. Close your eyes for a moment. Think of something you've wanted to change, a habit, a dream, a hope long delayed. You don't need to leap. You don't need to finish today. You only need to begin. 1 stroke, 1 page, 1 breath. Small steps are not small. They are the quiet prayers of persistence. With patience, they grow into forests of success. And one day, you'll look back and realize you were never standing still. You were always becoming. If this story brought you peace or inspiration, share it with someone who may need it today. Subscribe to Little Stories Around Us for more gentle stories that help you grow, breathe, and smile again. Until next time, stay kind, stay mindful, and stay grateful. The end.